Mod RC back, so I finally decided to start my Kyosho Turbo Scorpion build. So here's the kit in front of me, and then I got some additional parts that I needed. So electronics, I went with, just going to keep things simple, using a 1060 from Hobbywing, Kyosho motor, their G14L. Not sure how this is going to perform. Not that I need a lot of speed out of this car. I'm hoping to get maybe around like 20 mile per hour with this motor. And we'll see how it is. If I need to gear it differently, I'll worry about that later. Servo, you need a shorter servo. So this is what I went with. Seemed to get good reviews. A couple additional parts that I bought. Kyosho makes a light kit for this car, so I bought that. Then they also make this ball diff kit. I decided to buy it. Probably wasn't maybe really necessary, obviously, but figured I'll go with it. And then I also bought black wheels, mainly because I don't know, as far as the paint scheme, I don't know what I want to do. So I like the box art, that style, but that seems what everyone does that. So I thought maybe I'll do a different take on kind of like the red, white, and blue, or maybe just do something completely different. And that's why I bought the black wheels. The only issue is the ideas I had in mind as far as paint schemes to go with the black wheels. I don't really want the red shocks, so I'd have to either, I guess, maybe strip that anodizing off and then paint the collars, which can be a lot of messing around, or just buy new shocks in a different color. But I'll wait and see. I'm just going to build it with the red shocks, get it up and running, make sure everything works, and then since it's winter time now, I'll worry about painting it later on. So I'm not going to film the whole build process here. I'll probably just do a little bits and pieces as I finish sections. But yep, so excited to get started here. So what I have so far is basically the frame assembled, and this was pretty quick and easy. The thing that took so long was this front piece here, this steel bar. The instructions are decent. You know, I understood what to do, but just getting things to line up correctly was the tough part. So on the inside, on the steel bar itself, on the inside, there's actually like hash marks. So you kind of line it left or right so you get it even. And then on each end of the cap here in the center, there's a little mark, and it's on each side of the cap, on both caps. So you can put the caps in any position and you're good to go. The tough part is on this side of the bar, on the right side of the bar, there's actually 3 little marks, and I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. So it's a long mark flanked by 2 shorter ones, and you use that to center on the mark on the inside of this cap. Now this bar is splined, so when you start tightening these down, it kind of makes it want to slip a little bit. And what I'd do is I'd start at one screw, just tighten it till it got just I don't know, maybe 3-4 turns initially, and then just basically kept going back and forth, just doing a few turns at a time to make the cap go down hopefully as evenly as I could, but it still kind of caused it to shift. So I had to take it apart a couple times, or probably about 3 times, and what I ended up doing is, once I got all the screws just initially in lightly, I just grabbed the cap with my thumb and then the bar with my finger, and I just pulled the bar up into the cap and then got it centered almost perfectly. And then as I tightened the screws down again, I just alterned top to bottom and then from left side to right side, and I got everything tightened down, and it's centered really well. And then as far as the alignment over here, it's almost perfect, if not perfect. So it took a while. Again, I don't know how much difference that's going to make. If it's slightly off, it's probably not really a big deal. But again, I took the extra time and got it positioned about as good as I could. So at this point, it's moving on to the diff. This is what the actual gearbox looks like. This is pre-assembled, so that's how it comes out of the package. And you have a pre-assembled diff unit. And instead of putting that one in, I bought the ball diff. So now the next step is to assemble the ball diff and then get it into the gearbox. So I'm going to get started on that.